This is Live and Loud with the Lord, and I have some very, very, very special guests from, I don't know, I'm gonna say all around the world because you guys are from different places, and that's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. The band is called Next Door to Heaven, and I am so honored to have you guys here. Thank you very, very, very much for being a part of this. You see, I've got my old Stuck Mojo thing back there.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's awesome.
I don't know. It's just, hey, nice. I just put it up there. I'm a very humble person. I like to talk a lot and clown a lot, but I'm a real humble person. But anyway, Next Door to Heaven is here. And so what we would like to do is tell us where you're from and tell us about each member in the band and what you do and what you play.
Okay, so let's start with me. I'm Daria. I'm a vocalist and also a lyricist, one of two founders of the band, originally from St. Petersburg, Russia. Right now, we're here in Los Angeles, California.
Yeah, my name is Eugene. I'm a guitar player, arranger, sound designer, vocalist, and so on and so on and so on. Many roles in this band. So originally, as Daria said, we're from St. Petersburg, Russia. So next guy,
hey,
please.
I just have a quick question, Gina. What type of guitar do you play? Is it like a 5-string or something?
Hey man, it's a freaking nice string I finessed.
My friend plays a 9-string guitar. Like how much lower can you get?
Why do we need a bass player at this point?
Exactly, that's what I was thinking.
He's a nice guy.
It just makes it more full. It adds to
it. Hey, so thanks a lot for having us, Lord Nelson. I really appreciate it. So I'm Georgie. I play the bass guitar for the band.
All right.
I'm from Mexico.
Mexico.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Awesome.
Yeah, I just joined the band recently.
Right.
Just got an email from them, and I'm like, I love the music. I'm totally down for it.
Love.
So that's it with me.
All right, Serial Man. What's going on, the serial killer, man?
This is the mood right now, y'all. I'm Mike. I play drums. These two, the Russians, found me on Facebook.
Awesome.
And like, I don't know, it was like a random Facebook group, and I don't even know who tagged me, to be honest. I totally forgot who tagged me. I think it was like probably my other Russian friend.
Okay.
The one other Russian friend that I have, I think. I'm just like, hey, yeah, man, this dude is sick. He can play blast beats and stuff. And I'm like, let's hold your horses. So I guess they just kind of sent me some songs, and I'm just like, there is no way in hell I'm gonna be able to play this at all. But somehow I'm still here, and they're nice to me sometimes.
Sometimes,
you know? Yeah, they're nice to me sometimes. You know, I mean, I cry myself to sleep after every show, so it's like, it's all
good. You cry in the car, right? They don't see you cry
on the way home.
Well, listen, the few days that I spent in Russia. So we with Stuck Mojo, we went there and we were in Moscow, and it is one of the most memorable times that we've ever had in our lives. I mean, every single one of us. We will never forget it. Of course, there's things I will not talk about. I can't talk about, but we had nothing bad, but just for everybody's sake. Right? It was just really so beautiful. They took care of us beyond what we would even have, expected. So we just had we really had a great time. So what's the difference between St. Petersburg and Moscow? Does St. Petersburg look better? Is it more beautiful?
Probably it is the same as the difference between Moscow and St. Petersburg and Los Angeles and New York.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So that was me getting into the other part of that question, because Russia exceeded our expectations. So when you guys, I don't know if this was your first time coming over here.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's not. So, okay. So your first time coming over here, did it exceed your expectations, or were you disappointed?
We were mostly surprised
Mhm.
because we thought that people will be much more different and that they will think much differently.
Mhm.
But it appears we found out that people are more or less a lot like Russians here.
100%. That's what I saw when we went over there. We were just like,
Yeah.
wow. Just looking at everything, from stores to this to that, it was all the same. It was all love. Beautiful, man. We're rolling. So okay. So how did you really form the band? What made you get into it? Just music wise, were you always into music, or
Well, mostly, yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
any band before this?
Well, we all had different bands before that. I think I started my first band when I was 14. What about you?
Maybe 16.
16.
Yeah.
Sing. Okay.
So yeah, that was long ago.
Long ago.
But
Come on now. You guys are
yeah,
all young. I can see it. I'm the older guy. I'm the elder statesman.
well,
Georgie,
we are.
talk to me, man.
So what
Yeah.
about you, Georgie or
Yeah, that's what I'm
Michael?
saying. Georgie, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
How you good? Well, yeah. I mean, I started playing when I was in middle school.
Mhm.
Just like the local band with my classmates and stuff. That's how it all started. It was like I honestly always wanted to be in a band, even though I didn't play any instruments. Like in my family, no one was really like into music,
Right.
like instrumentally. So one day my friends they just invited me like, hey dude, like we're trying to start a band. Like they wanted to like buy the whole Guitar Hero set and play the game, and then they were like, why don't we just start a real band? Like we're just gonna spend all that money. And I was like, okay, cool. So they needed a bass player, and I was like, man, like I was like really into like punk rock, and I mean I always wanted to be in a band. So that's how it kind of started. Like they just invited me, and I had to like borrow a bass from a friend and then bought it. It took me like a couple of weeks to get it, but like from there I was like, this is what I want to do. Like I just want to play. That's all I want to do.
And look where you are now.
Yeah, thankfully. Yeah,
That's
I mean, I'm
amazing. That's
very,
amazing.
very glad.
All right, Serial Michael, come on, man. Talk to me, man. You
Had-
look like
had to
you're
put the
chomping
cereal-
at the bit. I want to know.
Had to put the cereal to the side. Okay. Important conversation. Okay, so the funny thing is, like, I started playing music I initially started playing not even because I wanted to, more so just because I was just kind of feeling it out. I didn't really know what I was like in high school. I think I started playing drums when I was like 14, but I didn't take it seriously till I was about 16. And I honestly, the first two bands I ever joined, I didn't even do so really because I wanted to. It was more so just kind of like a curiosity. I was like, okay, let me try my hand at playing in a band. Sick. So and I grew up playing metal and everything, and
Right.
listen, like I think I don't know what the band that got me into metal. I think I was just listening to like System of a Down back in like
Okay.
2005.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, this is sick. They're doing all the crazy like growling, and I was just so yeah. The first two bands I joined, it was with some friends that they weren't even my friends. I think my mom introduced me to the son of like one of her friends that they were working in like a radio station or something.
Okay.
They're just like, hey, my son plays guitar. You guys should talk. And I'm like,
Love.
and I didn't know, and that didn't give me any information. They didn't tell me what kind of music they played or anything. I was just like, okay, sure, why not? And then they're just like, oh, it's metal. Okay, this is kind of sick. Maybe I'll see what's happening. And then I joined that band, and then I got introduced to another guitar player who was like friends, and then I ended up joining his band. And then somebody threw my name out somewhere online, and my ex-girlfriend actually found my third band on Craigslist.
Champion to your ex-girlfriend. Good job.
That's literally the only thing I will ever thank her for. And I was just like, there's no way I'm going to be playing with some shitty Craigslist band. And then they send me links, and I'm like, this is sick. Okay, I'll give Mr. Craigslist. I'll give you a shot.
Gotcha.
And I don't know. I've filled in. I've played in so many bands at this point. Like I feel mostly filling in for bands like
Okay.
of like probably 8 or 9 bands in the last like 10 years or so.
So you got your chops up then.
Mm-hmm.
You were ready. You were ready. He was ready to come out there. He was ready to be.
You boys just trying to stay busy, like,
I
you know.
understand. I definitely understand.
And then somebody tagged me in a Facebook group and that's how these two contacted
Here we
me.
go.
These friggin' weirdos over here. Look at their face. Look at their faces all weird and shit.
Well, that's awesome, man.
Man.
That's awesome. That's really awesome. So you're a progressive metalcore band.
Mm.
So who were your influences? You know, I mean,
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
One more time.
yeah. We gotta. I want to know that because I mean,
Oh.
it's so you got so many different elements to the band. I mean, you know, music wise, and so it's a great thing. It's a great sound. So I'm interested. I want to know. I really want to know.
You know, our influences, I guess, it started from Slayer, Metallica.
The big ones, okay.
To any kind of blues, jazz.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
see,
King of
exactly right. So the
Horse.
jazz and all those things like that. So,
Mojo.
so a lot of music then, because
Yeah.
I
Yeah, a
always
lot
tell,
of genres.
right. I always tell people that
Classical music.
I'm not a genre snob. I'm not a genre snob. I'm a military kid. You know, my father was in the military, and so I was around everybody, and so I listened to everything: country, pop, rock, R&B, hip hop, everything. So
Yeah, the same situation. Yeah.
right, if it's good, it's good. That's
Yeah.
how I am. I just like music. If it's good, it's good. Really.
Yeah, that's why we probably play this kind of music, because we are not limited by any genres. That's why
Gotcha.
we mix everything that is just good.
Mhm. So is that the music scene in St. Petersburg? Is it just everything, or is it more just like is this?
Well, it's mostly rock and metal music in general. Actually, St. Petersburg is mostly about this kind of music, but different subgenres. I cannot say there
really
are.
now?
Yeah, I cannot say there are a lot of rock metal,
Mhm.
rock metal core bands, but
Okay.
there are a lot of rock and metal bands in general.
Okay. Georgie, what part of Mexico are you from again?
I'm from Jalisco, you know, like tequila, Canelo, like all of that came from there.
I don't drink, but I know what you're talking about. You know, my son would be like,
Yeah.
tequila.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
pretty much it's funny because I mean, like rock music wasn't really, it's up to this day, like it's not really very popular down there.
Really?
Of course you have like international bands that
Mhm.
some people listen to, but in the end, like I started listening to this because like the soundtrack from video games like Burnout, Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Dude,
Okay.
burn out.
Yeah, and I had a cousin that he I mean, he was old. He is 6 years older than me.
Okay.
And you know, like I always looked up to him, like he was like the cool guy, like I wanted to be like him, some type of thing.
Mhm.
So he, like one time I was at his dad's tool store, and he had a CD that he just burned. So he was like, hey, like you want to listen to some music? Like, cool, yeah. And he started showing me like some really cool pop punk bands, like Amber Pacific and like all that. Like it was kind of new to me
Mhm.
at the time, but I really liked it. Like it was different. I guess that's what got me into it. And I mean, since I was little, like I was always attracted to like that music from the video games. And even though like you said, like if it's good, it's good, like no matter the genre, but listening to that, it was like, wow, like this is so cool. This is like I could just listen to this all day long.
Got you.
Yeah.
Like it changed your
That's
life.
how that's how I got into it. Yeah.
Right, young man, cereal man, talk to me.
Hey man, the cereal is slapping right now. Okay, I gotta tell y'all.
Yes. I love it. Talk to
Oh
me.
man. I mean, I kind of touched on it like a little
Mhm.
earlier. Like I my introduction to metal was System of a Down. I
Okay.
heard like BYOB off their Mesmerize album back in like 2005, and I was just
Mhm.
like, this is so wacky and weird and different, and they're screaming at me and I like it. So
That's why you like our band.
Listen, that's a beautiful thing because I listen, Daria and Eugene, when touring with Relentless, that was we had the most fun. Relentless we are really close. I mean, we're born on the same day. He's an amazing individual. But the tour that we had with Ectomorph and Vengeance, and there was Vendetta and Tenside, some other bands from overseas, was the most incredible time. We laughed and we clowned, but to hear them play every night was a beautiful thing. And I was just like, wow, because it just brought me more into what was going on. And I was just like, okay, here I am. I'm just some cornball guy, you know, I'm just a rap guy, hip hop guy. I like all kinds of music, but then I was just like, wow. And I became just like a gigantic fan of them. And I was just, every night I wanted to see them every single night. So before we went on, I'd come up and I'd watch them every night. And it was just really good. So anyway, I'm bigging up Relentless. That's my boy. I love him so much. I love all those guys, man. Those are my brothers. So anyway, ask that. What's the best part of being an artist?
That's a tough question, to be honest, because there's so many aspects, in my opinion, that go into like you know, like forming your musical identity and you know, really resonating with like a certain type of music and something that you feel like you can really like put your all into. I think the best part that I've enjoyed about it is just knowing the fact that people enjoy something that I've put my time and my energy into, and putting it out into the world, honestly, having no expectation of whether or not people like it or not. Like, obviously I want people to like what I'm contributing to and what I'm putting my energy into to create and put out there for the world to see and everything. But it's just that much more satisfying knowing that people have come back to me and be like, dude, you're a fucking amazing drummer, man. Like, that was sick. And I'm just like, stop.
Yeah, you do that.
You're too nice. Thanks, man. So, and it's like, I like, the stuff I play with these people is honestly extremely difficult for me. And I never thought when I started playing drums that I would ever get to a level where I would be able to play this kind of stuff. So honestly, I amaze myself every single day with just being knowing like after a song is over, I'm like, holy shit, I did that. Oh, sick. But it's taken a lot. It's taken a lot of time. Like I've been playing drums for almost 12 years now, and you know, I went straight to a music college right out of high school because I was just like, I want to take this seriously. I got a lot of encouragement from my music teachers beforehand. I was part of a music program in my senior year of high school.
Right.
And one of my instructors he actually tours with the Jonas Brothers now as a percussionist. Okay. So I was just like, so he's doing some sick things, and he was just like, dude, you're sick. You got to keep going. You got to do something. And I was just like, I'm thinking of going to this college. And he's just like, shit, I will write your recommendation letter. And I'm like,
awesome,
man. So
well, let me say that it's just adding on to that, because the next question was, do you enjoy the making of the music more or performing it?
Honestly,
you're all creatives, but you know, a lot of times when you're out there making, as you were just saying, you know, you make music. We love what we do. We love the music that we make. We love what we put out there. Regardless, we want everybody to love it, but you know, we love what we do. So what part is better for you? Is it the making of the music or performing it? Because being on stage is a definite high. That's a definite
Probably
high.
Both.
Honestly,
I would say both.
Both, okay.
Me, I would automatically say making, because honestly, like, without the process of, you know, putting your ideas, you know, out there to create songs and everything, without doing that, you wouldn't have the opportunity to be on those stages to perform all that stuff. So I feel like the creative process is like the essential catalyst to be able to be able to get out there and put your music out and allow the global audience to enjoy what you do. Because like after I get a song done, like I just released, I'm in the process of releasing 2 songs with another band I'm in, and it's like just describing the process of just creating with people that are so like-minded and wanting to do the same thing as you. It's like, yeah, just like a very cohesive collective unit, and it's very fulfilling knowing that, yeah, we're all on the same page here, and we wrote this and it sounds awesome. And it's like I'll show my mom, and she's just like, this is not my favorite style of music, but like you're definitely very talented, Michael. And I'm like,
hey, listen, if you get that kind of
mom.
support from your mother, that's a beautiful thing, man. That is a beautiful thing. Because a lot
guys,
of times
it's mom approved.
Hey, a lot of people can be negative and they're just not into it or whatever. But when you have that support system, that's a great thing. Now, I had a lot of questions about St. Petersburg, and I don't want to go. I'm going to ask him anyway. At first, I said I wasn't going to ask him, but I'm really curious. What are the similarities between the U.S. and Russia? Let me ask that one first.
A lot in mentality. I would say, because I can see more differences between Russians and Europeans, or Americans and Europeans, than between Russians and Americans.
Wow.
Yeah. Believe me, I've been to 25 countries. I can tell that it's true.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Plus, I lived for some time in Europe, studied there. So, yeah. Mostly it's about bad things. I can say that all the things that are bad in our mentality, both in American and Russian, are the same.
Okay.
All the things and situations when you think, oh, maybe I can do it like that, another way.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, it's in both cultures,
Both
unfortunately.
countries. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also in a good way. So people can actually help each other without knowing who exactly they want to help, like just going to the street and helping homeless people without any specific reason, not knowing specific person or something. Yeah, that's probably it.
Okay.
And for the differences, I don't know. I would say for Americans, it's more typical to leave some personal things to themselves, like problems and bad things in general. But for Russians, it's normal to share with anyone, like both good and bad.
Wow. Yeah, Michael, I would say that we really are, we have become more of that, of like, we hold on to stuff. We don't want to look bad in somebody else's eyes.
Yeah.
I'm beyond those days, though. I always tell my wife, I was like, I'm not worried about any of that stuff. I just want to enjoy my life. I just want to enjoy it. I'm not trying to be negative. I just want to be as positive as I can be. And I have a love for music. Music is my drug. And that's what I do. Now, I'm going to rewind a little bit and ask you this. It's something about Russia again. What is the best meal that you was have somebody have in Russia? And before you answer that, let me say this.
Okay.
When we came over there, they fed us so well. And we had, like, am I saying it right, borscht?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was some of the best stuff I ever had in my life. I would never eat a beet in my life ever. And then I took everybody else's that was there. I was like, you're not gonna eat it. Let me have it. So I ate them all. I was like, just put those right here. It was that good to me. I wasn't expecting that's what it was going to be, but it was unbelievable. But we had some great meals there. So what would be a great meal?
In Russian.
A Russian meal.
Except for borscht, I would say salad, like Olivier.
Now, what's in salad Olivier?
It's actually a French salad. That's why I call it Olivier.
Okay.
Without reading the last letter.
Okay.
It's a potato salad with some meat. I don't know if you tried that, but it's actually one of the best ones.
You said a potato salad with meat.
Yeah.
What kind of meat?
The typical street food for us is Shawarma.
Yeah. Have you ever tried shawarma?
Listen, I watch a lot of those shows like that. So being in Europe, I ate a lot of kebabs.
It's kind of
Yeah, it's
kebab.
kinda-
So it's kind of like, and
yeah.
once again,
Kinda.
I've watched
Yeah, yeah.
Anthony Bourdain and all of those shows like that are like my favorite shows. I watch them. The big guy watches those kind of shows. So
Yeah.
is that what it is right there?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's salad, yeah.
that's the salad. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Olive, yeah.
Okay, that's kind of like a succotash kind of type, something like that. Okay, but it's good.
And also the last one I would say the soup with some smoked ribs.
Soup with smoked ribs.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sounds good.
It actually
though. It's
even
kinda-
sounds good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
or
Indeed. Listen, okay. So you're living in LA now. So what can be expected from Next Door to Heaven in the near future?
Well, playing more shows.
Mhm.
Definitely, we are going to release 2 lyric videos in the nearest future. Also, right now we are working on new songs,
Mhm.
and hopefully we'll release something very soon. That will be massive for sure.
Massive. I like it. I like it. Massive. So you guys, what's the place that you guys just played recently?
It was Viper Room.
Viper Room. How was that?
Well, the stage is something exceptional. I mean, you can feel that this is a pretty historic place, and a
Mhm.
lot of different people with strong energies played on this stage. So in that sense, that was amazing, but it was surprisingly small. I mean, the club itself, I thought it's going to be a bit larger than that.
So West Coast wise, I haven't played a lot on, West Coast. Are the clubs bigger clubs, or are they just smaller, or is it vary?
it really depends where you're at. I can say so because I've lived in California my entire life. So my personal input on that, I just had to throw in there, is it really depends where you're at.
Okay.
Because honestly, a lot of the best shows I've personally played here have been like out in the desert, like San Bernardino, and everything in like San Bernardino County has been really sick because like there's nothing to do out there. So I always tell people, like, unless you are like incredibly established as a band and you have like a massive following, like label support and all that other stuff, it's good. I feel like it's better to try to get out of LA because I feel just trying to, the audio, everything is so saturated here in LA, and there's so many people here, and it's like, I mean, the competition is insane here, but assuming you can, put on a good show and have a decent, online social media presence, like it does help.
Right.
But I always suggest everybody, like, get out of LA because that's where I've played all the best shows here, is out of LA.
What's so wild about that is, I guess, that wherever you're from, you always feel like you don't get the love that you should get, but you always get love from other places. And the reason why I asked that question also is because being in Europe, when we played with Volbeat, we played in like some pretty big venues, and so that was amazing. And so that was just totally amazing. Every show was sold out. Amazing. Now, we played some other venues that were like in Austria, Vienna. We played in some small venues. But the thing about it is that when you play in a small venue and it's packed out, it's some of the best. That's some of the best times that you can have, because you're able to touch people and do those things. And when you play the bigger ones, it's kind of like a little removed. But when you play those intimate ones, holy catastrophe. It's just beautiful. You have a good time. So I was asking that question because I wanted to know if you guys, like playing the intimate clubs, or where you can get there and touch the people and the people can touch you. Not you, Daria. We can have somebody come out there, but you get what I'm saying though?
Well,
those are my those are my favorite shows, because like you just said, the people are right there. It's very intimate. you have the opportunity to talk to these people after the show, assuming they're still there.
Right.
You know, get to know, you know, your fan base and people out there like on a personal level, because you're just like, you're right there. You're not like 50 feet away from somebody on a big festival stage. And as cool as that would be, because I've never done that before, as cool as playing a show like that would be, I will always favor a small show over a big one.
Indeed, because I like bringing people on stage. I like having fun. I really do. I like, come on up here and sing with me and let's do this together. It's just a different vibe. And just like you said, being on those big stages is just kind of crazy at times. You know, you're just coming out there and everybody's so far back. And it's just like, oh, okay, I see you.
How y'all doing over there?
Yeah, how you doing over there? Well, listen, okay. Last but not least. All right, this is like about a 10-part question. I'm lying.
Oh, man.
Thank you for taking the time, first of all, for allowing me to be on the song Flare Up on the Inside EP. I am so very, very thankful to you guys.
Thank you so much for taking part.
I just love music, and when Relentless hit me, I was really super happy to do it, you know, because once again, that's my brother. I'd do anything for him. So once again, hanging out with me and doing the thing. And then what I would like you guys to do is give your information so the people can go out there and truly support you guys, because they should, because you guys are dope, amazing, and fabulous, and all the other things that I could say, man. And just continued success to you. So please give them your information.
Well, if nobody's
He's trying to show more information, actually.
And I'll make sure I do it also.
Yeah, so you can actually find out online everything you need to know. Our Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Spotify. You can just Google Next Door to Heaven Band and you will find everything.
Yeah, that's
also,
a great
you can
thing.
Find us on
everything
YouTube.
is Next Door to Heaven. Yeah. That's awesome.
Well, Michael Ray Drums on Instagram. Thanks.
Hold on. I laughed at that. I got loud. Say it again, please, sir.
You can find me, drums, Michael Ray Drums on Instagram.
Georgie, you already showed the phone. Is that all you want to do?
Yeah, I guess that's fine. Like as long as, I mean, if you guys want to just follow the band on Instagram, like check out the band on Spotify, YouTube. Like there are some cool videos out there.
Awesome, man. Well, listen, once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is Live and Loud with the Lord, the big guy, this guy right here. And thank you so much to Next Door to Heaven. You guys are unbelievable. And much love to you, definitely. And
thank
so
you.
I'm going to say what I always like to say. And I don't know if I'm saying it right still. Spasiba? Is that the way you're supposed to say it?
Yeah.
So it is Spasiba.
Yeah.
I was messing with them at first. They were just like, hey, that's enough, man. You don't need to say that anymore. We got you.
Spasiba.
It's what I remember, you know. But thank you guys so much. I really, really appreciate it. Indeed.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Much love to you guys.
Thank you, Lord.
Chance to see